Hello, everyone. So my name is Honey Williams. I am from Nottingham. I'm Nottingham based. I'm one of them people that have done a lot of do a lot of different things. So I'm a singer, songwriter, choir director, illustrator, graphic designer, muralist, and recently a DJ, which is, I love that. So yeah, let me go to the questions, because I recently just got involved with this, like yesterday, like agreed to do it. So yes, questions. How did I start? Well, the way that I started I'm trying to be nutshelly about this, but I'm not sure I can. The way that I started with art is, I remember I was in infant school and it was my first day, and I drew a picture on a triangle piece of paper. I remember it clear. And yeah, this other girl grabbed my sheet of paper that I'd drawn on and showed it to the teacher. And I thought I'd done something wrong. It's like, I'm already getting infant school wrong. This is my first day. This is terrible. And yeah, and the teacher said, "Oh, who did this? Who did this?" "Oh, it was Honey, miss. It was Honey." And then she said, "Wow, this is really amazing. This is really good." And I was like, "Really?" So that was the first time that I realized that I was just good at something without much effort. I was quite good at it. So I started to win competitions in art and things like that, entering stuff. So that's how that began. And similarly with singing, I used to go to church. I'm at my mum's right now, so I don't want to speak too loud about this, but she would say, she'd give me two options. Either you go to church or you're going to get some licks, and you still have to go to church. So I chose to go to church. And whilst I was there, I would sing and learn singing there. And I was in a choir there. And I wrote a song that actually won us a national competition. So that's another thing. I was 10 years old. And that's another thing that I realized, oh, I'm quite good at that too. So I started to develop that too. And I'm from a musical family. My brother's a jazz guitarist and things like this. So I was marinated in creativity. So that's how I got my start. I went on to left school. I didn't get a GCSE in art, ironically, because I got kicked out of art. Not because I was naughty, it was because I was being bullied through school. And rather than get rid of the bullies, they just got rid of me. So I was being bullied for being fat and black and just, yeah, all of that kind of stuff, which really affected my marks. And I just about got to college and I studied art. I studied music first and media, pop music at New College, Nottingham, it was called then. And then that's way back in the day, that's in the 90s. I'm dating myself. And then I went on to uni to study graphic media design and illustration at the London College of Communication. So that's the famous Central St. Martin's one. Yeah, maybe some of you might know it, maybe some of you might be familiar. But yeah, there I was just further disillusioned with education. The teachers didn't really understand any of the work that I was doing. I was doing stuff about natural hair and Black women, and they just couldn't connect with it. Why are you obsessed with hair? Like, what's that about? They didn't realize the cultural significance. That's like the early 2000s, and around the time that most of you are born, I think. But anyway, and at the same time, going back in time a little bit, when I was 16, I started doing music then, working with a guy called Joe Budder. He's the local producer from Nottingham who is internationally known. He's worked with Estelle and John Legend and all these fantastic stars. And then I went on to do underground hip hop as a singer. So during that era, my name pops up quite a bit, like singing on different people's hooks. So people like Kalashnikov, Rodney P, a number of people, yeah. I worked with people like Ronnie Size, who's a jungle artist from back in the day. So things like that. So I was starting to get a name for myself, I suppose. But I found the music industry really, just lookism and colorism was a huge problem. Fat phobia, misogyny, it just made me not like it. The gatekeepers were all Black men that were kind of just all about getting a white girl that can sing, like, or a mixed race girl that can sing, and put her to the forefront. And the Black girls, you just expected to be a backing singer, to be honest. So yeah, after uni, I tried to apply for lots of jobs in graphic design. I must have applied for thousands in from then till now, and I never got one in that whole time. So it's like a series of rejection. So that was quite depressing. Normally I'd go to the interview, it'd be this white guy called Josh or something, and he'd have a beard and he'd and he'd be middle class. He's probably never met a big Black woman before, or Black woman, or any kind of, never spoken to one, So, they give you that look of like, oh, you come for the interview, sort of thing. And it's like, it was a given. I knew that I wasn't going to get the job, but I was always very confident, very, as I am now, But yeah, never got a role. So I started my own choir as a way to still continue my creativity. I kind of locked off illustration for a long time, for about 8 years. I didn't draw anything. I started a choir, and it was a choir of interesting people, interesting individuals. I'm still with them now. They're like my little music family. And, we're all entirely different from each other. And we're kind of alternative. It's not like a traditional choir. We're not Christians, not that there's anything wrong with Christianity, but it's kind of like a quirky choir. And we do covers of people like Missy Elliott, Rolling Stones, and Prince, and Depeche Mode, and Azealia Banks we've done, and original stuff too. Yeah, so we're currently recording now. And in my own right, I'm starting to do performance art / murals / exhibitions. So I want to be a singer, but in a different capacity to what than the pop mainstream world, because I just got so disillusioned with it. I find it's just really hard to navigate as being me in my body. So yeah, I started to steer more towards the contemporary art world, I guess. Not that it's any more welcoming, it's kind of like the gatekeepers are different people, I guess. But it's very white, I'm glad that, the Nottingham Contemporary are doing this now, because back in the day, Nottingham Contemporary would not be doing something like this at all. No shade to Nottingham Contemporary, all the shade though, because it's just real. And so I'm glad that they're showing some kind of progress. They need some more permanent people of colour there though. And throughout Nottingham, because Nottingham is 1/3 not white, and that's a lot for a little city. 1/3 not white, enough of them are Jamaican as well. So anyway, so yeah, that's where my art is now. Recently, I did an event last night, in fact, as a muralist. And basically I was using the mural. Let me see these questions, because I'll just chat forever. Yeah, the mural was basically, I used the mural as a huge sketchbook, basically, for the work that I'm about to embark on, which is work about Black BBWs. That's what it's going to be called. Working title. And it's about treating big Black women as deities and depicting them in all sorts of ways, and doing a mashup between projection and using loopers on my voice, and because I'm obsessed with harmonies due to the choir thing, and big beats and epicness. Yeah, so that's where I am right now. So how did the pandemic affect my art? Well, during the pandemic, February, I almost died. I was in ICU. The doctors told me that I was going to die if I didn't go on the ventilator. And I just told them I didn't really agree with what they were saying. And my mum basically cussed them. Yeah. And said, no, you're not putting my daughter on no ventilator and all this. So I didn't go on. And I survived, thank goodness, but I had to learn how to walk. I had to learn how to, I got affected by it so bad, it took me out for a while, and my mum had to nurse me back to health, hence me being here now. And now I'm just about okay. I'm just about all right now. And so the way that it's affected my art, before I'd be very perfectionist, very just really anal about everything, taking too long, procrastinating, not just do it. Now I just do it, you know? Just throw something up. It may not be perfect, but just have a go at it. You know that you've got the skill, you've been nurturing the skill for time. Don't beat yourself up and be too hard on yourself. So I've been doing that. And where do I plan to take my art in the next 5 years? Damn, I'll be almost 50 then. Jeez. So in that time, I just want to view myself as a multi-dimensional artist. I'm on the way there, but I need to make more money at it, to be honest. It's like a counseling session. I need to, yeah, there's that. And I just want more confidence in my work and to leave some kind of legacy, like think about helping other people and make something lasting that's not fleeting, and yeah, help people like me, basically. That would be good. Yeah, oh yeah. One of the things that I really want to do again is just like travel more. I got invited out to Jamaica to commemorate the Windrush generation by the British Council via murals, like making murals. So that was insane, being paid to be in Jamaica, like to draw. That's nuts. Yeah, so I want to do more stuff like that again, and collaborate with different people that I wouldn't expect to collaborate. It's always exciting. What advice would I give to young artists? Okay, so I was thinking hard on this, trying to. I think one of the main things that I would say to young artists, I don't want to be patronizing because I can learn from you guys too, you know, but I would say do a business course. Whatever artsy thing you do, just make sure you just take the time out. It's not going to take too long. A year isn't long. Just do a business course, yeah? Because people will just rip you off left, right, and center. When I moved to London to go to uni, I tried singing on adverts and things like that, and I was ripped off then. I did one for Green Giant, say allegedly, before anyone comes to sue me, but I was on holiday in the 6 weeks holidays, and I heard my voice blaring out the TV on this random Green Giant sweet corn ad. I was like, what the hell? And I wasn't being paid. So yeah, do a business course, get schooled up on that, if nothing else. Okay, another thing is build community. Yeah, have your clique. You know, I wasn't necessarily going to fit any kind of clique. Being a big Black woman again, like in singing, the hierarchy is clear. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah. So, however talented you are, just, I don't know, just have your people, have your set of people around you that you can trust and that are feeling you and big you up and are for you on your team. Okay. What else? Try not to concentrate on the money, like what I just said. This is advice for myself. Be a vanguard, make something new. Try and make something that no one's heard before. You've already got your unique self, like no one can be you. So, developing on from that, just concentrate on making something new. Don't be follow fashion. Don't, imitate other artists or whatever's hot right now. Like, don't do that, because you will just get swept aside in the end. You want to make things that last, so that you can just be around to do whatever you want in the future. You know what I mean? And yeah, passion. My mum's shouting passion at me, like from the other room. Yeah, have your passion will motivate you on the days when you're like, boy, I might just give up this thing, like that. It will just, that's your fuel, that's your petrol, like to get you through. So have passion for what you do. So, any questions?
I have a question. Because you were speaking a lot about how it was difficult with education and university, and well, from uni downwards, to be honest, backwards even from uni. What would you say was the main turning point, or was there a moment or a conversation or time you sat down with yourself and you thought, like, well, I'm going to take it into my own hands, I'm going to start making art for myself, I'm going to start doing my own things and putting them out there? And I can imagine, because you are older than us, the internet and social media growing helped you a lot with that. But if there's anything you can add on that, any conversation or just a turning point in that, really, in your journey?
That's a good question. Yes, there definitely was one. Before the choir, I used to be in this samba band, and here in Nottingham, and it was all white. Yeah. And samba is Brazilian. Yeah. And it's very Black indeed. It's created by slaves, enslaved West Africans. So there was me and this other Black woman, and that was it. And I can play drums. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Growing up in church, you often pick up an instrument, and they didn't let me play the drums. I was stuck on a go-go for time, like an go-go, or like a tambourine. And I wrote a drum piece for them to do. Like, look, I've written this thing, guys, we could do this. And I didn't even get a reply, So I thought, let me do my own thing. That was the motivating thing, of like, let me do my own thing. It was the rejection. So I suppose it's my tenacity that's been handed down to me that motivated me. I motivated myself. I just had to, out of survival, So somebody asked me to do an interfaith festival, which is like a misguided it was a misguided venture, because basically I pretended to be in a gospel choir with like friends from back in the day, because we all sang, and we pretended to be a gospel choir, and we were singing songs like Yes, Jesus Loves Me to a crowd that were like Muslims and Sikhs and Jews, and they're like, yes, Jesus loves me. Sounds nice, but we don't agree. You know what I mean? So it was born from that. We sounded good, you know, we looked really individually unique, and I thought, that's a good idea. So if I put together these people and so basically try stuff, just try things, and you never know what's going to come out of it, you know. I've been asked to be a model back in the day, a model, you know, a plus size model, and I turned it down. Like when I was about 18, I turned it down because I was like, feminist, you know, I don't want to do that, degrade myself and do that. I could have traveled, I could have gone places, I could have met different kinds of people. You can make it whatever you want it to be, you know. So I don't know if that answers your question.
Well, yeah, I guess in a way, it kind of shows that rejections can shape you, because if, I don't know, suppose if you hadn't been rejected, or I don't know, there's a mix of both, isn't it? Because you also took it into your own hands. So yeah, I guess it kind of pushed you to move forward with your own craft, which is really interesting. Thanks.
Thank you. Definitely. But yeah, the internet, my goodness, it's been a godsend. Thank goodness for it.
Yeah.